filming out of Cedar Creek Park. It's a little campground on the Gap, about 3 miles south of the town of West Newton. And you know, on my previous video, which was Bicycling the Gap, part 5, I somehow missed putting a clip in of my favorite campground, Round Bottom. So, here's that clip. So I left Connelsville this morning and got up at about 6 and then went and did my laundry, mostly because a lot of stuff I had was wet. So I've come down the Gap. It did rain a little bit this morning, and I've continued down the Gap. Oh, there's a deer about 300 feet ahead. And the sky is turning gray once again. I guess that's what is expected now. I'm getting used to the rain. But I'm approaching here a little, matter of fact, I'm right coming to it now. Right ahead is the porta potty / pit toilet of Round Bottom Campground, about 15 miles north of Connellsburg. I assume this is it. Should be. And I'm gonna throw down stakes because, oh, this is nice. Big open, probably 20 picnic tables or 10. How you like my brakes? So yeah, I'm gonna find me a little spot here and prepare. There is one little place right back there. It looks like there's a roof, but it's very small, and I don't see anything else. So this is Round Bottom camping area at Slush Run, 15 miles north of the town of Connellsburg. The Gap right here. Looks like there's a water pump down there, and this is one of 4 hiker-biker campsites where the camping is free. And actually between here and McKeesport, or maybe a little further north, there's 4 campgrounds that I'm going to stop at. They're only 15 miles or so apart. Actually, a lot less. The next one is Cedar Creek Park, and it's probably only 10 miles. So I'm going to go in here and set camp up because the sky is dark and it's going to rain soon. Welcome to my world. So I'm in the town of Blythedale. Here's the trail right here. Just pointing out something on the trail. There is a convenience store called Trail View, neighborhood convenience store, right on the trail in Blythedale. It's a good place to stop. I'm gonna stop in here and pick up a snack. So I'm here on the Gap, and I just met Ryan and Carolina, and you guys are doing your first ever bicycle tour.
Right.
From
Pittsburgh to DC.
Pittsburgh to DC. What are we talking about? Total mileage?
It's about 335.
And you guys are doing it pretty fast.
Trying to.
Yeah, 335 to Georgetown. It's another about 15 up to my apartment from there, so about 350.
Awesome. Excellent. And how is your first bicycle tour?
It's pretty good so far.
Yeah.
It was up the hill the first 20 miles, so it's pretty rough.
You know, made some beginner mistakes. Leaving
Yeah.
late from Pittsburgh,
Well,
riding through the woods at dark.
Yeah, but you guys have beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bicycles. I'm going to just put those on. Okay, well listen, I just wanted to say thank you very much for taking a few seconds off so we could prove to your friends and family that you actually did go and ride the Gap in the Sienna.
Yes, we did.
Okay, cool. Thank you very kindly. Safe travels.
Good luck on your trip.
Thanks. So I'm just a few miles south of the town of Boston. They call it Little Boston, on the Gap, and I'm at a place called Drevaux Cemetery. Here's the old cemetery. Used to be a site of a Methodist church built in the 1830s and burned in a fire in 1920. And there's nothing else around here. There's no town or anything, so it's very quiet. And yes, that is an actual cemetery. And right over here is the pit toilet, and down the hill is the campground. Let's go take a look at the campground. Oh look, it's somebody on the back of this sign. Put a picture, or drew a picture, of the Drevaux Methodist Church that used to stand here. So right here is the pit toilet, and right here is the Apache Springs campsite, and it has the name of Matt Walter, Troop 99 in 2008. He probably did it as part of his Eagle Scout project. But this is a Allegheny Trail Council maintained campsite. And let's go down and so looking back here, you can see the arch to the side, to the campground, and the pit toilet back there. And here's what the campground looks like. There's 7 picnic tables, a couple of fire rings, some benches, and some platforms for tents. Looks like a dozen. I think I'm gonna go right over this way on that table there and set up my camp. Dravo is limited to a 2-night stay, and it's free. It's the last free campsite, hiker-biker sort of campsite, on the Gap. Tomorrow I'll pull into Boston, and the weather, it's rained a little bit today, but it's looking pretty good. Can't really see it because of the canopy of trees. This is a beautiful place. You can hear the birds singing. The river is 300 feet away. There's no town. That was a woodpecker. And I'm just gonna set up camp and enjoy a book for a couple hours, and continue on my way up the Gap tomorrow. So I'm here at Dravo. Is it Dravo or Dravo? You don't know.
No idea.
So I'm here at Dravo Campground, just south of the town of Boston on the Gap, and I met Chaz and Missy. And you guys are just out here for a day ride. Well, actually not a day ride, overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah. From Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So you're about a day's ride out of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And have you guys done this kind of thing before? Have you done a trip like this?
Not too much. Done like little day trips and stuff.
Oh, I guess I should have introduced you as the next Brit that I met. You're
Yeah.
from actually where in England?
I'm originally from near Oxford, kind of 20 miles out of Oxford, which is pretty central. Like.
Okay, yeah, just to the northwest of London, right? Isn't it? Just
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Well, Missy, and you're from Pittsburgh.
Well, I'm from Franklin originally, which is 2 hours north.
Okay.
But I've lived in Pittsburgh for a couple of years.
Okay, cool. Nice people in Pittsburgh.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I just wanted to get you guys on video. I'm trying to do as many, and you have a beautiful, I don't know what kind of bike this is.
Oh, thank you.
It's a lugged frame something. I just love lugged frames. I mean, my bike is a lugged frame.
Yeah.
And beautiful truck.
Yeah, I love
And
my bike.
do you know what that is?
No.
It
Do hot pink
It was-
something.
San
Yeah.
Marino or something.
Yeah, I took all the stickers off when I got it.
I love it.
Yeah, thank
It's
you.
awesome.
I love it too.
It is an awesome bike.
Thank you.
All right, well, it was nice meeting you both, and
Yeah.
I'll
Thank you
give
very
you the URL for this. And
That'd be great, yeah.
All right, take care. Safe travels.
Awesome,
Thanks,
and
you
you.
too.
Thanks a lot, man.
So I'm gonna make a Asian style stir fry. This is something I do on a pretty regular basis. It's extremely good for you, and it's very easy to make. And I've started this whole thing off with mushrooms, and I've separated about half of them and cleaned them, and I just used a cloth. I just used a cloth to knock off any of the what's called mushroom compost. It's not cow manure. These kind of mushrooms don't. There's another kind of mushroom that does grow on cow manure, but it's not white button mushrooms. You do want to get as much as you want to get it all off the compost. It's fairly sterile, so it won't kill you if there's a little bit more. Some people will wash the mushrooms in water. Mushrooms are like a little sponge, and if you add water to them, they'll soak it up. So I try to clean them using the dry method. They actually make mushroom brushes. So now I'm going to saute these mushrooms in a little I'm going to slice these mushrooms and then saute them in a little bit of olive oil. So I put the mushrooms on the top of my pan. I know most of you guys are not going to have a 4-quart pan. you're not going to be cooking on whatever, you know, if you have a 1 liter pan, you're going to have a hard time. And so I carry a 4 liter pan. It's a lot bigger than most people. It's an open country 4 liter pan, and you can get them for $13 or $15. I'll put a link on. I'll put a link in the description box to the Amazon store where you can buy them. But I'm gonna, while the water is coming to boil, I am going to. So I'm using angel hair pasta for this, and it's a regular Italian style angel hair pasta. But here's a tip for you: when you buy pasta, I'm using Barilla brand, by the way. Once you've opened it, just tie the bag. You see I tied the bag around it, because if you don't, the pasta is going to come out and the bag will protect it, or else it's going to be all over your panniers. Angel hair pasta only takes about 6 minutes to cook, so it cooks very quick. That's one of the reasons why I like to use it, either backpacking or on a bike tour. Yay! So angel hair pasta takes 6 minutes. What we're going to do is we're going to blanch the broccoli and the pasta together, and so they're going to cook at the same time. It's much better than trying to stir fry broccoli. It just doesn't work. So I'm taking one handful, I don't know. It's about right for me. I'm putting it in the water. I'm going to let the hot water bend it down in until all the pasta is submerged. Then I'm going to add the broccoli without getting it all over the place. Add it at the same time. I'm going to bring it back up to the boil. And where's my chopsticks? So here's the water coming up to the boil. So now I'm going to just give it a couple of stirs. It's just now coming up to the boil. I'm going to cook this for 3 minutes and then take it off the heat and let it sit for a few minutes. See how the bail of this pot is up? That's what you want. If the bail is down, it will become red hot. And why is there a caterpillar on my foot? So anyway, I'm going to cook. I'm gonna let this come up to the boil and cook it for 3 minutes, and then take it off the heat and put the top back on. Of course, that's going to keep the mushrooms hot. Yay. Okay, so while that's just coming to the boil, the pasta and broccoli, I'm going to dice a red bell pepper and then an onion. The broccoli and the pasta has now come to the boil. So my little pan here is slightly out of round, so the lid on that fits really tight. So we're just going to let that sit right there for a few minutes while I warm up the pan, the skillet. Okay, so now I've got the skillet hot. I'm going to put a little oil in it. It is hot too. Put a little bit of oil in there. I'm going to put some onions in. And there's, it's going to be good here. We're just going to bring these onions to about just past the translucent stage. And while that is cooking, I am going to chop some garlic and some fresh ginger. Okay, so I'm just going to move these onions out of the oil so the pan is tilted a little bit. So now I'm just going to add the garlic and the ginger into the oil. Okay, so here's the garlic and the ginger in the oil. I'm going to give it, just enough, like at least 30 seconds of the garlic and the oil getting acquainted. I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit. Don't need to do this real high. I know this is kind of not in the style of Japanese or Chinese cooking, but I prefer it just about like that, just enough to let the flavors of the garlic and the ginger flavor the oil and kind of mellow out. Now I've added some crushed red pepper flake right to the oil and the garlic. You kind of just do that to taste. Some people will not like hot and spicy. This is highly aromatic. I'll probably add a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to add the red pepper to the pan. And we'll give it a good shake. Get all that. Here, let me just turn this up a bit. That red pepper really keeps this hydrated so it won't burn. I don't really want, oh boy, I don't really want that to be like cooked for a long time. I kind of prefer the red bell pepper to be crisp. So we're not going to burn that. I'm going to add the pasta and broccoli now. Okay, so I've reserved probably 1/8 of a cup of the liquid. You can kind of see it down there. There's a little bit in the pan pot. So, okay, good. Now I'm going to stir this up. So you can see down here that the liquid from the pasta is boiling away down here. And we're going to cook that until all the liquid is gone. But that's really what allows all these flavors, the oils and the garlic and the ginger and the red hot pepper flake to all come up. But I want that to boil away. Right now you can listen and you're almost cooking by ear, because right now it's a very bubbly sound. But when the water evaporates or cooks off, what's going to happen is it's going to turn to a hard crackling sound. And then we'll add the mustard. So we're just about to the, sorry, there's a train going by right now. But now I'm going to add the mushrooms to this. Yes, I got a lot to clean up. It's hard to do this and hold the camera at the same time. Now I'm going to put soy sauce on this when it's done. And if I only have 3 little packs that you get from the Chinese takeout kind of places. So I've added some salt as well. Okay, there you have it. Asian style stir-fry noodles. And this is the kind of food that most backpackers and bicycle tourists should be eating every day. About an hour before sunset, these guys pulled into camp and I didn't get a chance to put them on video. So here is Matt, Gabe, and Sid. I had trouble remembering people's names. So you guys have experienced something last night that you're going to experience probably almost every single day on the trail. And that's the trains. So how'd you sleep last night, guys?
I didn't sleep.
There you go.
Sid never sleeps though.
Right, I'm chronically sleep deprived, but it is
So
insomnia.
guys, that's something that you're going to have to deal with on this whole trip, on the CNO and the Gap. And I highly recommend that you have some earplugs, because it's going to be like this every single night. Yeah. So you guys started in where? Pittsburgh? No, McKeesport.
McKeesport.
And you guys are doing the trail to Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be about 330 miles?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
So this isn't the first time you guys have been on a tour?
No, it's not. About 3 years ago, Gabe and I did a trip down the Blue Ridge Parkway.
Oh, yeah, so
from
awesome.
Waynesboro area down to Asheville.
Oh, the high sections.
Yeah,
That's where the mountains are.
And then we want to finish up and do Asheville to Cherokee, another 90 miles in a year or two. But Sid's done a couple trips with us too. Up Skyline Drive, up to Front Royal from Waynesboro, and then
that climb out of Front Royal into Skyline Drive. Holy cow! It's like 6 straight miles there.
Well, we had the downhill. We did it from the
me too.
southern end, so that was nice.
Thank goodness,
Yeah.
because I did the exact same thing where I coasted in for like 5 miles right into town. All right, well, I'm not going to keep you guys. I know it's early. I know you're anxious to get on the road.
What time is it?
6:45.
I know
I've only been up since 3 when the first train went through.
Very good. Well, remember to get your earplugs. Well, thank you very kindly, Matt, Gabe, Sid. See you down the road. Safe travels to you.